doctor my eyes.
Here to help your garden bloom and keep the bugs at bay this summer is our favorite doctor, Stephen Brown, the plant doctor. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, we love having you here.
Always a pleasure.
I don't always love what you bring. You brought some dangerous stuff this morning.
Yeah, you know what? Dangerous in more ways than one. That's where I bought this pair of gloves right here.
I'm not touching anything.
Don't, please. I don't want to hurt you.
All right, all right.
Let's get started with the good news first. And
okay.
I don't think I need the gloves. About three, and this is all about insects primarily.
Okay.
We have sucking insects and chewing insects.
Okay.
So let's start with the chewing insect. This is, some of you a couple of weeks ago or a month ago may have had your black olive chewed up, and we thought it was a bigger problem than it probably was. And this was what was happening to it. Sorry about that.
It's all right, it's all good.
And eventually, what's happening now, if you had a black olive problem, you're going to see a flush of new growths, so everything is okay. This was a caterpillar problem, and they were devastating some black olive.
Caterpillars aren't a problem, are they?
Caterpillars, depending on who you talk to, if you talk to the butterflies or the moth, they're not a problem. But if you talk to some gardeners and landscapers, they're a big problem.
Well, and I was asking you, are there any such thing as good bugs? Do we need them?
There certainly are. Even the bad bugs, I would say we need, because we can't just, because all of God's creatures have problems. And we need to give some plants some problems, so to speak. Let's go now to another one. I bought these gloves, right?
Okay, all right.
This is a caterpillar problem, but I'm not putting this on because of the caterpillar. This is sweet acacia. Okay. And the reason I'm putting this on, because this plant has a lot of big spine, as you can see here. But at the same time, what we have here, these caterpillars form these web, and they actually defoliate the sweet acacia.
Didn't do that?
Well, I've seen some spiders around there, but I think this is primarily due to the caterpillars. Some of them do form little webbing.
So what do you do?
Well, you know what? You can let them have their ways, or you can spray some insecticide. Okay. And there are different levels or
well, and that's what I was going to ask. So how do you know? Because you go to the stores. There's every single variety. How do you know which kind
Well, you utilize what we call IPM, Integrated Pest Management. Okay. Start with the least toxic first, and work your way up if the problem
See if those work.
Solved.
Okay, gotcha.
And for more information, contact the Extension Office.
Okay, so a little bit of trial and error.
No, it's not even trial and error as much as we know really what works. I want to rush over now.
Okay, you go ahead.
Let me do this one.
You're saving the cactus for last.
Yeah, I just want to do this one. This is a plant called ligustrum.
Okay.
And if you notice here, we have some green. On
this
the
looks
same
good.
limb, and this is dead.
What happened?
Well, here's a problem. We think it's a root problem caused by a herbicide, but this is why we have extension. We're investigating. We're not sure, but we're seeing more and more of this problem on live oaks, on maples, and certainly on ligustrum and other woody plants. So here we have these green leaves, which will probably come brown and die off real quickly in several days and look like this. And the tree may or may not come back. I think it will, though. So
does your office like to hear of cases like these and what people are seeing? I mean, yes, be honest.
I like to hear. I personally love these problems. But, somebody else doesn't.
I know. Well, I didn't know if you like to, you called yourself, we call you the plant doctor, but it sounds like you're an investigator, too, where you're trying to figure out what it is that's going on.
What it is. We don't always have the answer, but we like trying to find out what may be wrong. And this is a good case right here.
Okay,
so
all
we're
right.
On it.
Problem solved. We have less than a minute left.
Something?
You're good, you're good.
Here is a native. This is called prickly pear. I just wanted to hold this up.
So what's it called?
Prickly pear.
Okay.
And the reason is I have these gloves on because there's spines all around this, on this pad, these pads, even if you can't see them. And this white stuff here is actually almost a protective coating of an insect we call scale. And this is a particular type of scale, and they're live scale, I presume, that are under this, the mushy white stuff.
What is it? Yeah, is it sticky?
It's a little bit sticky, but more importantly, these insects can really devastate the plant. They really suck the juice, the life, the blood, the sap.
So what do you do with that?
Well, this I found in the wild. The plant will probably really peter out, maybe in the end.
So it's got no future.
Well, no, there's some good stuff that we can apply to reduce the population of scale, oil and soaps, etc. But there are other stuff, okay?
All right, so as we close, though, if anybody has, you always have more than what we can get to. That's why we love you. But if anybody has any questions with what's going on in their yard or their plants, or you do encourage them to call. You want to hear about it.
That's why we're here. Please call. Is my number here somewhere?
I'm sure we've been showing it. We've been
Okay,
showing
good.
it.
Great, great.
Plant Doctor, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We need to disinfect now and clean. Thank you, Plant Doctor. We will send it over to Steph.